damn it. Wait. New game. Yeah. Alright, if you're wondering why it's already been played through, I myself have already played the game, but King Cam has not already played the game. So, yes, this is gonna be it. This music is absolutely sick. It's your new alarm. Edith Finch. You gotta open up the book, King Cam. See what secrets the book holds.
A lot of this
Open the
isn't
book.
going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Where's the house though? Sorry. I'm not spring.
No, you have to
I lived
walk.
here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
You can hear it, okay?
I mean, it's only one end because this mic is scuffed.
I hadn't been back
As long
since
as you
my
can
brother
hear it.
Lewis's funeral. In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she
I
thought I'd
hope
know,
the stream can hear you. So I'm
or
coming
she thought
closer to
the
you,
mystery
Cam.
would be enough
Can
to
they
bring
hear me?
back.
Oh, sorry, excuse me. Can I sprint yet? We've got one viewer.
Bro,
No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
no,
Oh, yeah, bro.
I'm just doing the send out. Just for anyone who actually
Yo.
can.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, yes! Puns! Yeah.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house,
It's never left you.
I never thought I'd
Shut
come
up.
back to it.
Shut up.
But now I had questions
It's your
about my
face, these
family only the
nuts.
house knew the answers to.
Never left your mouth.
The house was exactly
That's a
like I
weird ass
remembered it,
house.
the way I'd been dreaming about it.
Nah, that's the Edith Finch crib. Yo.
As a child, the house made
Oh,
me
actually,
uncomfortable in
it might be
a
best
way
you
I
wear this
couldn't
headset
put into
because
words.
the sound comes this way. Yeah, we're doing the old switcheroo.
No COVID in this house.
Yeah?
No COVID in this house, you know.
Yes.
I can hear myself.
Now, as a 17-year-old,
I can.
I knew exactly what those words were.
Can you hear me?
I was afraid of the house.
No.
Yes. Well, even if
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't.
Noobs. Do I go this way? Why am I so slow? Can I not, like, walk a bit faster?
it doesn't matter if you
Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah,
Hey, yo, is that cat flat?
that is a cat flat.
I'm a cat. Meow.
Crawling through the doggy door used to
Mew.
be a lot easier when I was 11.
Oh, it's a doggy door. Never mind.
Yeah, assume it would be.
Can I just, like, arm myself with this saw? Because I do not trust... Even that'd be pretty cool. Trigger warning knives. I'm gonna slash something in a minute. Turn
For
myself
the
into a
first time in
barcode.
years,
Oh yeah, turn yourself into a barcode.
Yeah.
I felt
Like
like
to
I
see
was
that.
home.
My price is Oreos. I don't know my self word. Just hold out your hand, bro.
Nothing in the house
This
looked
is the
abnormal.
Edith Finch house.
There was
Oh,
just
I always wanted
too
them
much of it,
stairs.
like a smile with too many teeth.
Can I go up?
Oh, well.
Can I go up? Please.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed
Or
up
maybe
all
they
the
were just
bedrooms.
paralyzed.
Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Edie. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch
My grandpa
someone,
Sam
aren't I?
spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother.
This game is
Calvin.
beautiful.
What about if I was a game?
As a kid, I
Who's
just
Gregory?
assumed every house had peepholes and
Think you just
sealed
spat
rooms
on
you
me?
weren't allowed inside of.
Somehow? Or it's raining inside. What is he? Has he got a bathroom? Sorry, I wasn't looking.
Wait, look.
He lives in a bathroom.
Wait, look. No, just wait. Look at how old he is. Wait, come out of it. 1976 to 1977. He was 1 year old and he died.
Oh, that's sad. What about this person?
Oh, that's sad.
There are
What
11.
about that person?
This is a person. This is 2 people. They're old. Jesus.
The last time I was in Edith Senior's room,
Just die already.
I was 10. And she was
Bro,
painting her
that guy
portrait.
over there was young as well. He was 1. Like, come on, catch up.
Die younger.
Is this a horror?
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's
That's
room.
good.
I
Oh,
think
is
my
that-
mom
oh.
sometimes regretted
Is that
not
Cabo?
sealing it up. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
Hey, yo, it unlocked a book.
What?
Turns out, my
No
mom
way.
was really good at keeping
Cat?
secrets.
Hey, was that Cabo? Good at keeping secrets. Why'd they do? Why didn't she just
Now it
lift
was
up the
time to
book?
find out what my mom had been
Oh, it's
afraid of.
glued. Oh, okay. That makes sense.
It's supposed to be secret.
Is this a door?
I love, right, I just want to say, I love this house.
Reading
It's
this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan.
I wouldn't. It'd be
but
creepy. I
had
think
no
there'd be
idea what was
ghosts.
behind that
Especially when
door.
a 1-year-old died in
there's
here.
definitely ghosts in
So it is a horror.
Just like I
Great.
had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
Gotta keep you guessing.
This isn't a relationship. Although it could be.
I grew up looking at Molly's
Oh, is this
room
the
through
1-year-old?
peephole.
I think this is the one. Oh yeah, this is where he was. Look.
Yeah, right now, go, right, yeah, now read that diary.
How about you read these notes?
December 13th, 1947.
Oh, that's really sad.
Dear Diary.
Wait, they're
I'll be
1 and they
gone
knew how to
soon,
write?
But I wanted to tell somebody about what's
I didn't
been
even know how to poo me son when I was
It
1.
started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner.
Mm-mm.
I woke up and I was
I was
starving.
holding it for a firm
so
20
I looked
years.
around for something to eat.
Not even 20 years old. Okay.
There was that hamster.
Gam was born.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Oh, that's disgusting.
My Halloween candy was all gone.
Oh, how sad.
Mom, can I come out now?
Probably shouldn't eat an old fat ass.
Fall asleep.
She sounds foreign. Maybe that's why she's so harsh on her kids.
Go to the fish.
Eat the fish.
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Yeah, probably shouldn't eat the fish.
For how long?
Especially if that is a cold fish. You get no food out of it. Just pure skin.
Yeah, but she's been eating her own poop.
I ate a lot of
No
things
pooping,
that
no.
night.
Them hands, look how crusty they are.
That's probably how she died. She just...
I kept
Too
eating and
crusty.
eating.
Squirted a tube of toothpaste down her
I used to do that.
all the time.
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was
She
a
gonna kill the
barn
bird? Please
swallow
kill the
going
bird.
back to her nest. I reached out for her,
Kinda.
and suddenly, I was a cat.
I was a cat. Oh, I'm so good. What? How do I win? Not
I
win.
tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
I swear to you guys, Cameron hasn't played this game. He literally just said it.
How do I move? Oh, that's cool. Come here! I'm having you, lad. I'm having you. How do I... Do I get this? Looking for the bourgeoisie. How do I work? I'm gonna work it for him. No, I think they're just more secretive. Actually, let's not talk about the CIA, otherwise they may kill us.
I could tell she was getting
Nom, nom, nom.
really tired.
Oh.
Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad
And then I
wouldn't
fell
climb
to
it
my
anymore.
death.
All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up.
Oh. You did not gobble her up,
I was an owl.
honestly.
First,
And suddenly I was an owl.
was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
You're not. You must have played this game before. I don't think you're an owl. I think you're like a bird.
No, I'm an owl.
Like, how are you knowing this?
Little different. What am I looking at?
Rabbits.
Rabbits. Ooh.
I imagined
I used to
his
play a
face
game
looking
like
up
this. It
and
was
seeing
pretty cool.
mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one
Rabbits
bit.
like that.
Then I flew
Mate, I
off
didn't even
to
chew
find
one bit,
something
fam.
bigger.
Human. I'm gonna find the dead body, aren't I? I believe that I may.
What she eats?
A mama rabbit.
Do a follow.
She must have never eaten.
Another rabbit. What were? I'm a rabbit.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating.
Okay.
And suddenly, I was a shark.
What? I'm now just. Oh.
No, it's just a tree.
Falling, bro. Oh.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
Go.
Yeah, you wanna get that fish. Go down.
How?
Swim down for the fish.
I wanted fat, juicy seals.
That. Gee, where'd they go? I can't see.
Juicy shit.
I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
This 1-year-old is kinda. She. No, she's. No, this one's 1, right?
Grabbed on tight.
Yeah, that's what I was saying about the writing.
But I was so hungry,
Grabbed on tight.
I jumped out of the water. When I
And
opened
I
my
was a
eyes,
bird.
everything had changed.
It's just some tentacle porn kind of stuff.
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
I'm about to start a hentai with this guy.
I was big, and I moved real quiet.
Come here, sexy.
Ever just humans then?
Never.
wanted to stop, but also I didn't. Passenger, I was still hungry, and across the water I smelled something new, something I had to have,
Kevin.
so I
No.
swam towards it.
Imagine how blood you would need. Right, girl, you're gonna make me act up. I get sucked dry.
I slithered onto the sand. and the
Like
good
all your
smell
blood,
went
you've
into
turned
an
into a
old
raisin, bro. Old pipe. Pedophiles. That is what a raisin is.
I got
child's
closer
bathroom.
and closer.
I'm gonna eat the child. I hope.
All my stomach started growling,
It's like me.
and suddenly I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep, but it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Pedophiles, I'm telling you.
How she actually died, like, from the snake? Like a snake or something?
No, she probably died. No, because.
I'm not sure.
No, I
if
bet all
Edie
them
thought
berries.
that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
No, oh, no, she was 10. No, but I bet it was them berries and everything that she ate. She probably was on like some kind of LSD kind of stuff. So she was probably just dying.
I wouldn't put it past it, you know, she probably was. Just dying.
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
Why are you zooming in on that?
Just kind of look, that does not look the same.
Just leave it. Is it based on like true stories? Like the twist.
Probably not. I hope not.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a
sod's
stray
Edie?
kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
Oh, great grandma Edie. Oh, she's old. Ooh, drugs.
Her room was like a museum.
Yes, kid.
For 500 years, the
Oh, there's
Finches
two
have
view-
been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune.
Is that Caleb? Oh,
It's
no.
not, it's not.
I don't know who he is. Can't be Cabo.
That's not King Cam, surely. I don't...
Odin.
Real news. For 500 years of the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune.
Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
Bro, boys,
But
house on a
40-foot
boat.
waves off the
Mate!
coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
Why go?
Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Banging.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Ingeborg. Yeah, 57. Oh no, I think it was the
Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year.
year.
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
Neither do I.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
How he died?
What a lad.
Died
One
he's
summer, they
making it,
evacuated the island,
Well, that's
but
cold.
Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
No, she's just stupid.
I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time.
It's a cool game. It's hats.
Mate, she
Edith
has
gave
some
a big
drip.
interview about
She
a
does have
mole
some
man
drip.
living under the Finch house. My
Drip
mom
is
was
like-
furious.
My mom. Sven and Edie.
Oh, no.
Even in her 90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
She looks ugly.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink
Oh, this is where the
bathroom.
1-year-old died.
It was a pretty big trace.
This is all stuff I found.
You would have this.
Oh. Oh, wait. Oh, I remember this. He has a secret passage on his toilet.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look.
You can pull it. What am I pulling?
It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Yeah. There you go.
Cool.
Imagine this though, a bunch of secret passageways in your house.
That'd be really creepy.
Sven
'cause
gave
someone could
Sam
just
an old
climb
camera
in.
he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Whenever like you get like really angry with your parents. Or something,
You just disappear for the rest of your life.
disappear
Just
for
turn
the
into
rest
that
of
little
the day.
hamster.
You just have like a secret passageway and like a little game and set up in a wall. No one knows about it.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Oh yeah, this is the cool bedroom.
Chuffing out them little kids.
Imagine that though. Like you're having a bed, right? And also like a play set above it. No, good. It's the one behind you. That's the cowboys. Yeah.
That's cool.
Go to the right, left. That's the right. Left.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
This is cool. If I had this as a kid.
How I
If
want to
did now,
remember my birth.
You know,
by
that's
You know.
Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
He's got a broken chuffing leg. What am I supposed to do? Run around as a shark again? Toesies! 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 Blood. What am I supposed to do here? How do you swing?
My brother said he'd die
Oh.
before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
He's gonna launch himself off that cliff, isn't he?
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day,
No,
he
not.
finally made up his mind to do it. I
They kick
told
him
him
off.
going around was impossible.
Someone who comes out of nowhere.
Mate, I'm
Maybe
off.
if I hadn't said that.
Mate, where am I off? I'm like flying.
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell
Off
you
now.
again.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother.
I'm off. Oh no, back down again. One more. Mate, I'm off.
The day he made up his mind to fly.
I told you I'm being
And
launched!
he did.
He decided to fly, and he did.
We'd have to have some kind of boss city.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger,
Yeah, so this
I
is
remember
all
trying
about-
to do the exact same thing.
This is all about like the ways that they died. So she died from poisoning because of them berries, because them berries are poisonous.
Do you reckon that's what she died from?
Messed up with your mental. That's what them berries were. He died from death.
He died from
No, he didn't. No.
falling off a cliff.
Yeah, he died from flying or falling off cliff. That geezer down there, Odin, he died from drowning.
Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah. And she's gonna die from taking a selfie too much, I guess.
Oh yeah, no, that's Edith. That's who you're playing as.
Right, how do I like shut the book? There we go.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
It's still sick though. This is my favorite like place out of all the places.
Hmm.
Maybe not my favorite story though. I really like Barbara's story.
Well, I don't know who Barbara is, so.
You'll find. You can't go there. It's,
Dumb.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
this is awesome. Bro, the amount of passageways in this house.
I know. I would never trust my kids with this.
I would literally build this myself. Screw
Never
it.
see anyone again.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They
Oh.
obviously built for smaller hands and bellies.
Oh, this is it.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Ooh. That
That's not a good scene, is it? You know?
damn
Or
bro.
is it? You know?
Must have
I never
downloaded
thought
the wrong
about how hard it
film.
must have been for her afterwards. Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate
amazing.
family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch.
She's got a hit squad out
As
to
a
get her.
child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue.
No, he's just there to bloody scare her, the little... Not a nice
She
person.
reached for the music box.
Oh.
And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Love this fucking music. This is the classic, like...
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
So, like,
I don't like that.
I don't even. Just start hitting.
Oh,
The guy
damn!
here is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hammond, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Huh?
You okay, bro?
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh dear.
Oh!
Rick?
Barb,
Slapped her around the
relax.
face.
I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay,
Barbara.
I'm coming
Ah.
up. But if this is a trick,
Huh.
you're dead, Walter.
Wait, look at that chair.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's hanging from the ceiling.
Stormtrooper.
Whoa. No way. Did you get it from the Fortnite Battle Pass?
Walter, are you there? Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Oh, it's not me.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
Why's she speaking to herself?
Narrative, innit?
You dropped the break.
I'm stressed, okay? I'm gonna try to shit. Yep. Oh, wow.
That night, she played her part beautifully. She sensed the story might not be over yet.
Oh, no, because we're going to be gone. Yeah. Because it's horror, innit? Look, he's gone.
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
No, I'm gonna get shagged. Shanked.
It's the Shank Police for everything.
It's the Shank Man.
She heard whispers. It was coming from inside the house.
Okay.
Oh dear.
To Papi Munanion.
Don't say that. I will.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl.
Whoa.
She had a taste
slept
for
with
stardom. Unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. They took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Oh.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe
I
what
think she
Edie
might
saw
have
was a
died.
happy ending.
Maybe.
She may have died by. She may have gotten eaten up by her obsession of being famous, which is what the monsters are, and then died through that because she couldn't take care of herself anymore because she was so obsessed.
Do you reckon it's suicide? Quite possible. Dan, these are good stories. No, I wouldn't push it past it, bro. Maybe those monsters were real because this house is flipping wild.
True, but still, I've got to get back in here. In this little coffin.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Yes.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Bruh. Where do we go, downstairs?
Oh yeah, go to the music box.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night. My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive. It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key. The power had been turned off the night we left.
You're leaving the house.
Yeah, but I'm following what the things are saying.
No. It's back through. Go back through. I'm scared. That honestly scared.
Nice one.
I wonder if that comic was right about there being a key inside the music box near the basement.
Right there. Oh yes, Cam. Wait. This song slaps. Damn.
Crazy.
What do you reckon is going to be down in the basement?
Dead body.
Oh yeah.
Or Sven.
Mom said
Sven's
the
dead
basement
body.
was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot. I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
Also, I'm not faking right now.
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories,
I remember this bit. This is
I think
also
it's that none of us has gotten very far.
2005. Damn, he's old.
Goodbye, everyone.
57 years
I can't
old.
believe I've been down here for 30 years.
53 years old.
On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week.
There's so much like death has happened in this family. I would be scared too.
But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow.
Bro, drank his peaches.
Yeah, bro.
But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything.
This one's the most faster.
Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly.
Whoa.
And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave. Well, I still can. I know it's out there, somewhere.
This one makes the most sense out of all of them.
Whatever killed Barbara. And Molly. And Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day. Even if it kills me.
It is pretty cool.
Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left.
You would, wouldn't you? Eat peaches every week.
Or a month. Or
Afternoon,
a single
wouldn't
week. I'd be happy with one more day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
So I think you got run over by a train.
Yeah. And it was the train that he heard every day coming in at 12 because that was its schedule. Obviously it had been like delayed for a week.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
Stood on a train track whilst hearing the train.
Crazy.
His death makes the most sense.
You got some peaches. He had a nice beard though.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me. Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter.
I bet I can chew a Jolly Rancher. It's easy.
But if she never told me about an uncle under the house...
Cam wants a Jolly Rancher, guys. Same one as I.
Jolly Rancher. Sorry, just taking a Jolly Rancher break. Jake, break for the Jolly Rancher.
I'm gonna put this phone in silent. It's really annoying.
It is quite annoying. I'm struggling to open it. There we go. Cherry.
I can only imagine what else she was hiding.
Well, all 9,000 taste buds.
I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left. Or maybe 2. I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself.
Nah, bro, it's not 12 o'clock.
And found out what happened to everyone else.
Mm.
But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Is this Walter?
Maybe he was so scared of it. Maybe just stopped.
Basically, don't live in fear because
I don't know
what
if
you're
I should even
fearing
be
will come
writing
after
this.
you. Lie in wait, you'll die.
Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me.
You lie in wait for something that's not there.
But
You'll
I
show
thought
up.
you should know about your family.
Don't wait for something that's not there, it'll show up.
Yeah, they will become real.
And the history you're a part of.
Hmm. Where am I going? I can tell.
Though to be honest, I feel as
Come on.
lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
So I can't. Alright, can't go.
Yes. Come on.
Can't.
Nowhere.
My eyes are full. There's no way it's actually.
Same here. Nowhere to go.
And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.
Shut gate behind you. Weren't you born in a barn?
Oh, what? You're not even going to shut gate behind me.
How disrespectful in it.
I think
I'm actually
we've
getting
been
locked in a
surrounded
room
by
with some
death
berries.
For so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
She's got a point. What family does that?
It's embarrassing for me to admit
Remember?
this, but
Oh yeah. You just feel different.
the pet cemetery made me more
Like the
uncomfortable
cemetery.
than the human one.
Cemetery.
3 of the
Of course.
gerbils were mine, and
Why would you not?
2 had been my fault.
What?
Burpee, Derpy and Derpy Jr. What are these names? Zerpy, Lurpy, Furpy, Chirpy, Burpy.
Oh my goodness. Why they? When you're a kid and you don't know what to name anything, so you just call them all the same name but with a different letter.
Shadow, Oliver, Bob, Christopher, Shatsy.
The developers really didn't think of this.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Oh, that's cool. You like carved something out for each one. Cat.
Hmm.
Right. Spaceship. Soul. That guy has to be really boring.
Mm-hmm.
No, that don't. It's like
No, look, there's a little man in there.
good artwork.
A little man in there. And you can see, like, he's in that little man. He's looking out to the horizon.
Actually, no, I take back everything I said.
He was looking for a new day, and he gets to see a new day every day now. Barbara Finch, a little star.
I'm sure
This is
Odin's
gonna be the
monument
geezer.
had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away.
That's cool.
That is pretty cool.
That is one cool.
Mm-hmm.
She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
Oh, shooting. Good look, right? I think, yeah, the telescope. You can see the house.
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
That's the old house, eh?
Crazy.
What is that?
It's a buoy.
It's a what?
A buoy.
A buoy.
Buoy. Jump.
Okay, alright. And that's how Edith Finch died.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us. There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this
She
is
did.
what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Whoa. America. Yeah.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
Yeah, it looks like America. And everyone is called Sam in America.
Yeah, everyone's called Sam.
They were both pretty intense.
Just walk into America and Sam. Got a damn bear as his carpet.
Taxidermy.
Damn, this music is
Okay.
okay. That was.
Okay. That's what they sound like. Do that ring though.
Did I hit the note?
Mm.
Yeah.
Man's got.
Mirror selfie.
Ah. He was a
Dawn, I promise, you'll never
a
forget this
raging
weekend.
raver.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged. Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
That's the spirit.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. The camera's older than you are.
You know. Looks like a turd.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though. Aw.
Nah. More turds.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Hold still, what?
Hey!
That's a keeper.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years.
Dad!
Good eyes, Dawn. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
like shooting stuff.
Dad, I...
Just breathe.
Shooting stuff.
Let me get behind you.
Oh yeah.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. Great shot, Dawn! I'm proud of you, Dawn.
Takes a selfie
Always
with
remember
his
that,
body.
okay?
Dead.
No.
Sorry,
let's
Dawn,
go,
just gotta reset the timer.
Let's go.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh,
I think he tried to fly too.
top 10 pictures before tragic events.
Of all these stories, that's the
Why
one
is the
I
ink
wish most
changed?
that my mom had told me.
The ink's changed.
Just wrote it down.
No, like all the ink's changed. All the ink has changed.
I haven't noticed.
I have. It was all black before, I'm pretty sure. Now it's all blue. Stu.
After Sam died,
Can I ask you?
my mom and Edie
miss,
got
can I
really
ask you a
close.
question,
They'd both
Stu?
lost a lot.
What would you do for me? No, you won't be saying that. Oh, that's that thing.
No, I want to go back. I want to go back.
Horrific photo.
Oh, I'm guessing this is the 1-year-old.
Yes. Horrific photo.
Oh, he got divorced.
You okay? Do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
Schizophrenic.
Schizophrenic.
Cover yourself.
I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
I reckon this is how KingKam used to play.
You know.
That's over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw. What his world is like.
Man, I got them
Your mind
skills, you know.
is so
Oh, wall
much
jump.
Calvin,
Yeah.
Backflip. Oh,
lost in his imagination.
oh, just for now.
Whatever it was, he saw.
Oh, I have to jump off the edge. Like this. I can't live like this. Karen, take me back. I don't know what I did. Karen took the kids. I don't know what I did. Karen, take me back.
It sure made him happy.
Let's go. Gory. Come on, come on. what to look for the letters now. Is there a P down here for penis? I bet he drowned. I bet he rather died of hypothermia or he drowned.
I know how silly it sounds. But I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Whoa.
Damn it.
I wish she could have told us
Come on, I don't want to do anything.
about the world we saw.
Oh, he's gonna drown. Oh, he drowns.
There's so much I don't understand about Gregory. About everything.
No, look, I am the baby. Look at my arms.
Your fault. I'm sure he's happy. If you want him to be happy.
It is.
It is really sad.
Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
It's really sad. Bro, could you just imagine like finding his body though? Like, he's just laughing like that, and then you know he's just dead.
Yeah, he's literally drowned.
Yeah, that's sad, bro. I thought that said sus.
Who always said the wedding was a bad idea.
Is that even
Our father
boss?
never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may just drive.
Oh, I'm gonna get electrocuted. I'm gonna get zapped. Where do I look now?
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Lad. He's gonna get electrocuted. I wanna bet you he gets thunderstruck.
And panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
I guess this guy just built different. Bro, where am I looking? I'll go over to the tent.
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry woe.
Yep.
All my father said to this was, make the music louder. I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone.
Jellyfishies.
Just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you. I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet... She never talked
Yo,
about
he had
it.
some.
Mom told me once if I was a boy.
Yeah,
we were
look at his
going
hair.
to
He has a
Gus.
mohawk. Crazy. My man.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Fly to India.
Religion was another thing my
Fly to
mom never
India.
talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
Probably shouldn't say that after talking about religion.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later.
Religion? Damn.
Whoa.
When my dad died, I
Good
don't
thing she
think Mom
wasn't
knew where else to
teaching
go.
science.
I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. And to see kids in the house again.
Omega sauce. Yeah, who's Sage?
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal. But it didn't last. The beginning of the end was
No, bro.
Milton's
Oh,
10th
this guy's just
birthday,
gonna die.
when Edie gave him a castle.
This character's just gonna die.
After
Milton,
disappeared, the only thing he
1902
left
to
behind was a room full of paintings.
1902 to what? Oh, 1902 to 1992. Did he not?
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Well, no, it just because it said 1902, and that's saying 1992, so they're just saying they gave up to him. He gave up.
I don't think so.
That's gonna be cool. Very cool. Oh no, this is where he runs away.
I was
Oh, it's
4 when Milton
2003.
disappeared.
No, I think they just stopped at search.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Just checking. Yes. No. Getting them observables.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room.
That's a cool
except
room.
Lewis.
It's just not opening. Yeah, man. Just so good. Oh, I see why he spent so much time in his room.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Yeah. Yo, he had a yoga ball. Of course he had drugs and red coats.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life.
Slimer.
He kept working at the cannery,
but
he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander. I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads.
I'm just gonna stay silent.
And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head.
I'm gonna focus on like 10 things at once.
But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then, daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him. That all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville.
Well, this is much impressive.
St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis, until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on. In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a beautiful prince. The prince was on his own quest for sinister serpents. He followed the sound of his electric sitar. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it.
That was cool. That's the head of the fish.
In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
He's cut.
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him. We began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
I think we're now like... This is all he's done? All these fish is him?
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Not even doing his work.
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising me. His prince waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head. And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
That's what he was putting fish into.
Yes.
Fish's head.
Or maybe put his hand in there.
My brother was really cool.
No,
I wish you could have met
If he's
him.
stuck in his own imagination, and if he cut his hands off, then he's gonna bleed out, innit?
Maybe. But I reckon it would be cool because he bent down in his imagination, where he bent down in real life and shot his head.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Did he?
Damn, that's savage.
Sure he died.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie.
Supposed to go.
I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left.
Edith's.
This is what it means to be with Finch.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
How would you feel safe in this?
You wouldn't.
But it
I
had
mean,
to
this family
end
wouldn't
one
feel
way or
safe.
another.
Everyone's dying around.
Exactly.
All that's left now was to tell you about that last night.
That end does kind of sad. Got your name inside.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, You know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Damn. I think she's leaving, fam.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
Literally, why are they not shutting us down like a real you know. Who's doing this?
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way out.
So we got the coat hanger, and then you didn't.
It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around.
They're all gone. Sad. Oh, I was walking into a rock that.
For a while, I wandered. I started seeing things.
Hello.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me.
Apparently your sight.
Maybe I came back to them.
What? Like...
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith,
You know what didn't come back to you, apparently?
It's mine.
The
Edith.
medication, because
Mom,
she...
you're gonna rip it. Let go. I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car.
Just cries.
I never saw Great
Dragged you
Grandma
to the
Edie
car.
again.
Bye bye.
The next
She's staring
morning,
the same
van
way.
came to pick her up. She was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot.
Oh, I remember doing that as a kid.
We both
Oh,
tried
this,
to make
right,
the
this is
best
the
of
best
it.
game.
A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while.
No.
And then she didn't. And then I was alone.
That's sad.
The last Finch left alive.
Look in your back garden, there'll be plenty of finches.
Until I found out about you.
What?
I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this.
I'm a finch, bro.
If we lived forever,
Bless up.
maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
You know what also is strange and brief?
This journal was supposed to be for you.
These notes.
But now I hope you'll never see it.
Supposed to be for me.
I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
And you know what that is, right?
Take me back! Take me back!
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
She died 2017. Suck it.
It's okay. Yeah, we're the Fortnite kids.
Oh, she was 18 years old.
That situation's probably send a tactical nuke over to the house.
Who's Shirley Dallas?
I don't know.
Well, apparently she's dead.
But this. What do you think of the game?
What?
What do you think of it?
It's cool, I guess. It's very philosophical.
What does that mean?
It's philosophy, but philosophical. No?
No.
Philosophical, that's it. So, like, it's like a massive metaphor. Like, all of these paintings now, these are all of different, I'm guessing all these different,
the kid,
yeah,
it's like the kid photos of all the people that made the game, I assume.
yeah, like, that's Lewis, he was trapped in his own imagination. He was stuck there forever, but look, he's in a wheelchair. That's...
Okay.
Well, like, no, I'm guessing, like, all these, like, pictures are, like, based off different older people.
Yeah. Well, anyway, do you want to do the outro?
What?
Do you want to do the outro?
Titties.
Damn!
Don't worry about it.
Well,
Titties are temporary, but doom is eternal.
I'll take your sight away from you as well. I'm not sure how it came out, but hey, I thank you guys for watching, and it's been a pleasure to have KingKam on the stream with me. We're probably gonna do some more like live streams and stuff, but yeah. I'll see you later. Right. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.